What's going on, everybody? It's the CEO Queen, aka Kai, and today we're going to be watching a video titled Why Introverts Make the Best Content Creators. And this video is by Nikki Saunders. So let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm really interested to see why she feels like introverts make the best content creators. Now, just for the record, the term introvert and extrovert has been kind of watered down over the years. You know how society do it, things turn into cliches and it's no longer relevant. So what an introvert is basically somebody who gains their energy from being by themselves. You don't need a crowd to hype you up or to boost your battery, to refill you, recharge you. For an introvert, it's the exact opposite. You need people around you. They strive really well in team effort activities, in family interactions. Like, they need people around them, social gatherings, in order to get boosted, to fill up their battery. So it's interesting to see her take on why introverts will make the best content creators. So let's get into the video.
So you're worried you have nothing interesting to show, or you have to be on camera to create content. That's not the case at all. Here's how us introverts, yes, I'm an introvert, can create every day, share our stories, and make impact without making it a whole reality TV show.
I don't care what you guys do! Obviously you do!
One thing I do want to say is I love the way she sets up her videos. It's like the different angles, the font, everything's real clear, precise. She got a good camera. I'm really feeling that quality.
People that want to be on camera, but don't want to be on camera. Like, do you convince them to get on camera?
We believe that social media is an extroverted world, right? Because everybody's on camera, everybody's doing this, that, and the third. But when you break it all the way down, I'm with a camera by my damn self. I'm pressing record. There's no audience. There's nothing. Now, does it reach the masses? It possibly can, but it's just me and the camera, right? So if you want to, try that out.
Right.
But there are so many different ways to create content that people are looking for, that it doesn't always necessarily mean you have to be in front of the camera for it to be a video. So you could take a whole bunch of pictures, you put it into a slideshow, that's a video. You could take text and make it animated, that's a video, right? You can show behind the scenes, do a voiceover, and that's the video, right? So there's different ways of having video content without necessarily you being.
So basically what she kind of telling us is you don't have to be on camera, because I feel like there's a good portion of introverts that are camera shy, have stage fright, also just don't like being in front of things. They rather be the person in the back making everything work together. So with her advice, she's saying you can make anything into a video. You can literally make text, put some words on the screen, upload it, and there's your video, and just make money off of that. There's so many channels that do that.
In front, especially with the behind the scenes look, people are like, yo, my life is boring.
Right.
Okay, you think your life is boring. There is somebody who actually needs to see your life, right? So even like, for example, with you, you'd be like, man, I'm just sitting here doing interviews. Like, I'm literally at the same spot this whole time. And people would love to see the point of view that you have of like, yo, who you talking to today?
Right.
Like, who came through? Like, how many videographers you have? Who do you have in the room? Like, people are dying to see that. And people are like, nah, my life is boring. We take for granted what we do every single day because we do it every day. And it's super easy. But if we was to start documenting it and showing that simple format, do it on stories, see how it does, right? Because we as humans need to build momentum. I need to know this works before I really put all my energy to it, right? And so put it in stories, see like day in the life. Okay, boom, I'm walking my dog. Okay, maybe that doesn't get that much views, but okay, I'm about to bullet journal and write out all my tasks and how I'm feeling. And they're like, oh, you have a routine? I'm like, yeah. Like, okay. Like, okay, I went to the sauna and cold plunge. You do that? I was like, yo, I talk about content and AI all the time. Y'all concerned about when I go to the sauna and cold plunge? That's crazy. Interesting to see that what we think is not important, like it
You know, it's crazy. You never know what somebody's interested in. There's so much content out there that some people would say is irrelevant, unnecessary, like annoying even. But there's people out there that really truly enjoy that kind of content and really need that kind of content. Because really, what social media is, it's connection and escape. It's where connection and escape cross paths. And so, I mean, that's spot on. Like, there's so many times that I've posted on my Instagram, on my story, because I didn't think it was that important. Just like some stuff, me going to the store or something like that. And then that's the slide that I get the most likes on. Like, it's just weird stuff like that. But luckily that's how it's set up. Like, you don't have to have this super entertaining, super extraordinary every single day. Like, you can do something and then film it, and then that be as if you are just this amazing person that has all these great qualities and is always doing something really adventurous. So yeah.
It really is important to people because there's a sense of your expertise and who you are. And so you can show one only, and then people feel disconnected. So if you show both, yo, I'm on the journey of making my company over 6 figures, right? But in the meantime, I gotta call my mom, right?
Yeah.
Make sure she's good. I gotta go, and Instacart messed up, so I gotta go to the joint over there.
Yeah.
And make yourself normal. This is where storytelling comes in. And storytelling is the key part of any brand. If we pay attention to any.
You know, it's crazy. There was a time when I was door dashing like crazy. I want to say at this point, a couple years ago. And that's like, that was my main source of income because I didn't want to work for a job. I was able to make all the money I needed in order to move into this place and plus more, paying all my bills. So I was like, you know what, let me just do this for a while because I'm sick of doing that every single day, waking up, going to a job, dealing with customers, dealing with bosses and stuff like that. And I was recording that and I was uploading it. I believe it was on my other channel, upflykai. So definitely lock in with that channel. There's a lot of videos that it's just me driving around talking about what I'm doing for that day. And so I can definitely vouch for this for sure.
Thing right now, the ones that are killing it know how to tell stories. This is why Nike's been what they have, because they know how to tell stories. They're not selling shoes, they sell stories. Apple sells stories. And so we look at the best and be like, okay, how do I turn a problem into a story, a relatable story? And so my boring life is going to be turning into a story that can relate to somebody who lives in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
Chilling in the crib, who may only have a 1 bedroom at the time, but can see like, yo, it's not about the space, it's about the story that you tell.
What is your framework for deciding?
Yo, that is so good, bro. And what it just made me think of, like, you can really make anything quality. It's all about your presentation. It's all about how you present it. Like, you could be, I've seen YouTube channels based off of people being homeless, no house, no car, like just out on the streets, making it happen, pushing content, connecting with people, showing them their everyday life. They walking down the street, going to the food pantry. You know what I'm saying? Panhandling on the side of the road. They really creating an avenue for themselves. They're building an audience. So, and that audience connects with you so well because you're so vulnerable that once you become to do better, they're gonna hang on. They're gonna stay there. You'll have your core group of people, and so you'll always have a sufficient amount of revenue coming in or supporters, because those core people that transition from your low state to your high state are true. And they might just jump off a bridge for you, ain't gonna lie.
What content to share and which ones to keep private?
That goes back to the boundaries. What boundaries have I set for myself? I already know that as being an introvert, I'm naturally private. There's a lot of things that I'm like you'll barely see mom and grandma, like my family. You barely see my fiance. You see them here and there, but not like on a steady base type vibe. Starting to show a little bit of the Lego situation. When I'm traveling, there's certain things that I'll show, what I won't show. I'm not the type that every person that I see, I'm taking pictures like, yo, let's go. Like, there is so many people, and this is not no flex, there's so many people that I just rather just have the relationship and the conversation at the time, that I know if I would have taken a picture, would have gotten a whole bunch of likes, a whole bunch of comments and things like that. And I'm just not that person. But what I do, I'm like real passionate about the interviews I watch, the tips that I find, the tools that I find. I'm cool with that. I'm being more transparent about my creative process because I understand that you got to share a little bit of yourself to make it relatable, right? I don't want to be just the tools person, the social media person. Like, you can see the journey of like, okay, here we started here, I tried this out, it didn't work. Hey, I had this team, it didn't work. We going and starting this channel, this didn't work, because it shows that like, okay, things, it just doesn't just happen. And the lights and the cameras don't negate real life as far as a creative process, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm completely open of sharing my creative journey. But when it comes to like more of my personal side, I leave that more to, let's say, my communities than necessarily the social media world, right? Because I don't necessarily feel super comfy letting my safe zone all the way out to be critiqued and given different perspectives, but I'm okay with it inside of my community. So cool, even sometimes on the lives.
That's such a good point, because with me, I'm a private person, and that is most of the reason why I'm not consistent on my YouTube and on Instagram and stuff like that. I've been way more consistent on Instagram, and now we racking it up on YouTube. But I'm just a very private person. I don't like people knowing my business, whether I know them or I don't know them. I just don't think that people should be able to have that much from me. Because, like she said, criticizing people, coming after things that are sacred to you, that's that. And once you open that door, it'll always be open. And we see that with a lot of couple channels. You put you and your partner on social media, and now you're leaving it up to the world to judge and have their opinion and openly say their opinion. And it's, you can't really say anything about it because you put yourself and your partner out there. And I mean, there's so many other things that can come from that, to people in their DMs. Now you insecure worrying about if they cheating, or they insecure worrying about if you cheating, or you being tempted by all these people, and you getting so big headed thinking the grass may be greener on the other side, or people not agreeing with your dynamic and criticizing it. It happens all the time. So I love that she's putting all these aspects in here. I love the substance that she's giving in here. And I really want to know, and I feel like I may be missing it, but I really want to know how she has split her time to tend to her social aspect, and then, as she said, tend to her community aspect. And okay, you're tending to your social aspect. How are you saying, okay, yeah, this person may be involved in this project, but I'm going to keep them separate. Or if you have something to say or to share that kind of cross paths with your personal life, like, how do you go about creating those boundaries? And it may just be having boundaries, like having boundaries, knowing your boundaries, abiding by your own boundaries. And that's something that people can teach you the blueprint of it, but they can't give you the formula. You know what I'm saying? They can't put this right here, put that right here. They can be like, hey, you need to set boundaries. You need to figure out who you want to share, when you want to spend time doing this. Boom. You know what I'm saying? At least that's what works for me. If somebody tells me exactly how to do something, I'm always going to try to figure out how to do it in my own way. So
one thing that I share on a seasonal basis is that I suffer through depression. And so when I feel that is a need to speak on, I'll speak on that. Or if I'm going through it, then I'll speak on it, right? In selective times, because I do know I run a creative community. And so a lot of creatives be in their own head about certain things. And so if I share my journey of the doubts, of the down parts, of the stop and go situations, then that's cool. But like, if I'm sharing, you'll never see me share no health issues. You know what I mean? Like that's another situation. I'll probably never really share my
boundaries,
weight loss journey because I don't want to be known for that. You know what I mean? Like, I eat crumble cookies, but now I'm starting to work out. I don't want no judgment on that. Leave me alone, right? Like, it's one of those things, but it's something that I do probably at the end of the year, of where I go, what are we talking about this upcoming year, and what are we not talking about? Is there something we'll show a little bit more? Is there something we won't? Will we go a little bit deeper in this topic or go heavy on that? Cool, but...
She just answered my question. I love it. So you got to have a plan. You got to already know what you going to do. You can't just hop in and be like, okay, just playing it by ear, going with the flow. You'll get swept up in the tide. So she's saying that she plans out, okay, this is how much I'm going to share. This is the avenue I'm going to go. Let me actually rewind that so I make sure I got that.
This upcoming year, and what are we not talking about? Is there something we'll show a little bit more? Is there something we won't? Will we go a little bit deeper in this topic or go heavy on that? Cool, but...
Okay, yeah, I love that. At the end of the year, which is perfect timing because it's December. It's almost mid-December, so planning for the next year. What are we going to talk about this coming year, and what are we not going to talk about? Like she said, her weight loss journey. I'm not going to talk about that because, one, I may not be ready to fully embark upon that path, like commit to it wholeheartedly. And on the other side, it's just like, well, you know what I'm saying? I don't want people to judge what I'm doing. I want to be able to do it freely under my own terms in my own sight. And if my community sees it, people around me, people close to me, that's fine. But when it comes to just strangers having the ability to opinionate my personal life, something's got to be off limits. So I respect that.
Yeah, that's how I decide.
That's lit. And that was the end of the video. Wow, that's crazy. So what I really got from this video is make content. You know what I'm saying? Make content. And content is anything. Content isn't just making videos. And at one point, I was really consistent on TikTok. Like, I was making videos. I was freshly single. I was in a new apartment. There were just so many life changes. I had got a new job. So many life changes going on at that time. And that was my outlet. That's what I used to feel something, to feel seen, to feel heard, to have some sort of control in my life. And what she's saying is do that. Make that your everyday thing. Don't let it just be, oh, this grand thing is going on, so let me document it. Or this event is popping off, so let me pick up my phone and record. She's saying make content out of anything, and that's something I want to get into the rhythm of, is creating content. I feel like adulthood really sucks the creativity out of you if you let it. Like all the responsibilities, working, paying bills, like dealing with relationships, friendships, family. Like there's so many things that can put you off track if you let it. But at the end of the day, we all have control over our own lives. We're the captains of our own ship. If something goes awry, goes astray, it's nobody else's fault to blame but ourselves, because we allowed ourselves to be put on this other path, to be stagnant, to be confused, to be running around in a cycle. So that's something I'm gonna do, and I'm definitely gonna jot down where she said, and jot this down, y'all. She was talking about planning your stuff out. At the end of the year, it's the perfect time, like I said. Get you a pen and paper. Get you a pen and paper and write down, okay, this is what I'm planning to share for 2026, 2027, 2028, whatever your next year is going to be, or whatever time you're watching this video. And then say what you're not going to share. What are you not going to include in your social media journey? And stick to it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching the video. We are cranking them out. Definitely stay tuned for the next video. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.